Hello there, it's Hayley from SevereWeatherTV.com with the Severe Weather Outlook for this day, the first day of August. Yeah, so what is happening? We have Tropical Storm Bertha out there in the Atlantic. We'll talk about that shortly. Iselle, or however that is in the Eastern Pacific, and Typhoon Halong and Tormenta Tropical. That is not correct. Tropical Storm Nakri out in the Northwest Pacific. In Mexico, for today, the possibility for intense rains in this area and strong to very strong rains for those areas there. In the United States, we'll talk about that shortly because this map is obviously very confusing. In Canada, warnings and watches in effect for severe thunderstorm potential at the moment. So here's what's going on. All sorts of things are happening. So let's talk about Bertha first. Bertha's over here. Let's look at here's some satellite images of Bertha. So you can see that. She's moving over the islands at the moment. So where is the watch warning map? It is on this page somewhere. Did I go over it? There we go. Here are where the tropical storm warnings are in effect and the tropical storm watches. Now, at the moment, they being the National Hurricane Center, are not forecasting this thing to strengthen to hurricane, and they're also, if you look at it quite at the very moment, not expected to make landfall in the United States out in these type of parts. Now, that could change in the future, but obviously that's pretty far in the future. As of now, wind and rainfall expected with this storm. So obviously the tropical storm watches and tropical storm warnings in effect. That is Bertha. Number 2, tropical storm of the season. Then elsewhere we have this thing, Iselle, or however it's pronounced. They are previewing. I can't think of the word in English. Forecasting that this thing is going to be a hurricane, but at the moment quite far away from land, so that's good. And then we have Typhoon Halong. And then Nakri. I do not have land hazard data on this, but surely there's probably going to be some gusty winds and rains. I have no idea. I'm going to assume this might be an extratropical type system because the JTWC the Joint Typhoon Warning Center, has never officially acknowledged the storm. It's only been the Japan Meteorological Agency. So, Typhoon Halong. Quite a meaty storm or whatnot. However, I believe that at the moment, there are no land hazards associated with this one. Now, there are some advisories or warnings out in Japan for the high waves. Not sure if that's for the effects of Nakri or Halong. Obviously, depending on where this thing ends up, could definitely be some ill effects for all the islands out here and possibly mainland Japan at some point in the future. I think that was everything that's on the map, right? Right. There's some tropical disturbances, but we won't talk about those unless they turn into something, righto? In the United States today, and for the next few days, confusing maps of nothing but green, which is the general thunderstorm, as opposed to severe thunderstorm threat. I didn't explain that at all very well. We'll move on, right? 9 severe thunderstorm warnings in effect at the moment in all of these areas, and what was it? 4 special marine warnings for all of these areas up here. Kind of hard to see it. Obviously, I apparently need to change the color of that. Hey, let's try something that's not gonna work. There you go. Now it's easier to see. Purple special marine warnings in those areas. For today in general, 2% chance for a tornado out here on the coast, 5% chance for the 58 mile per hour and greater winds, and 5% chance for the 1 inch or larger hail. Tomorrow, 5% chance again for this area up here, here, and here. And that is it for today. And hopefully you're staying safe out there.